Magic 107.3. I guess you're a special guest, but you've been here before, so we're just going to call you family.
Yes, sir.
I have
good.
Capone in the building.
I am here, I swear to God.
Yes, he is here. He's going to be at the Improv Comedy Club this weekend. I didn't write down the times. So do you know the times that you're going to be there?
7:30 is the show.
7:30.
And then 10.
10, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then
I got a bone to pick with you. Let's just keep it real.
Okay, all right. Keep it real.
Why you ain't come to the show?
I did come to the show last time.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I did.
You're right.
Look at you. You're trying to put me out there like that.
No, because you were. See, when we was in the studio last time, you were so hot, energy.
Yeah.
Then when you were sitting in the show, you was very conservative and laid back.
All right. So if you're saying that I'm conservative and laid back, where was I sitting at?
In the front.
Absolutely not.
No?
Nope.
Oh, then I didn't see you.
No, I sit all the way in the back by the sound booth.
Well, that's probably why I didn't see you.
Well, I'm not trying to have you call me out.
Oh, come on. Your energy I drive off of. That's why. I knew it. I knew I didn't see you, so that's it.
No, I hide in the back in the corner.
Really?
I'm not trying to get called out.
Why?
I was called out one time by D.L. Hughley.
Really?
And he always forgets who I am, and he always makes fun of me.
Well.
And so I learned my lesson from that. So you comedians aren't going to pick on me.
Let me tell you, that's the way we do when we like you, and we don't know how to say it. So we don't want to blow it up on stage that we really checking you out.
No, I
so
was
we
so
make fun of you.
So
I mean, you're beautiful, and your skin is clean. You got that African look and that Mama Tubo look and all that. So every comedian's going to love you. And then when you up here, you hug everybody. I ain't like that.
Okay.
I thought I was special.
Look, he has a bone to pick with me because he said he thought he was special. He was looking at my Instagram.
Right.
And he said that I was hugged up on every comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Not true.
I even showed the girl I was dating at the time, look. She don't make me feel special. I was feeling special when I was there. But
no, we make everyone feel special, but especially you. We enjoy having you come in.
You are good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So the gangster of comedy, I always have to talk about it because you're the self-proclaimed gangster of comedy.
No, actually the streets call me that.
The streets call you that.
And I just ran with it.
Okay. So I know that you got your start at the barbershop.
Right.
And everyone was you were living a life on the, not on the streets, but in the streets.
I was a drug dealer. Let's keep it real.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like the way that you turned everything around because I always like somebody who turns their life around and they're the own author of their story.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your advice for somebody that is trying to get on the right track?
I give it to everybody, and it's just people in general. Faith.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, there's a lot of things that we have faith in, and we put more faith in more things than we put in ourselves. I mean, I always use this as an example. When you get on a plane, you don't know the pilot from a hole in the wall. You don't know anything about him, but you have enough faith for this man to get you, or woman, to get you from A to Z without no questions asked. So your prayers and your faith and all of that, it takes place like 20 times bigger than it would before. And if you have that type of faith in somebody else, why not channel it with somebody you've been with all your life, which is yourself?
Amen.
And so I really believe that a lot of people are missing what they are promised or given or gifts because they're not putting that strong faith within themselves.
Look at you, dropping gems so early in the morning. I love it.
Spiritual guy.
I love it. So do you mentor like the youth, or
yes,
do you just do it through your comedy on stage?
Actually, no. I had I was teaching a class. I own a company called Team Capone. And Team Capone was basically, the company was open to help out young comedians and to teach them the guidelines. It was never a money thing. It was just always, I remember how I was treated, which was bad when I started because people couldn't accept the fact that I made a transformation from drug dealer to comedian. And so they kind of stayed away from me. So being that I knew what it was like and all I wanted was some help, and you can't, like if you go to a job and you don't know where the fax machine is at, you asking for help.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. But for some reason, the comedians at the time, they wasn't giving that type of help out. So I had to make it on my own, which I'm very, very proud of. And I vowed that if I ever became successful, that I would look out for other comedians. And actually, the first person that we made our first movie together was that was kind of like under my wing was Kevin Hart.
Okay, wow. Yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. I love Kevin. I love his success. I love everything about what he does and what he does. He got his own network. And I got, I did a special on his network, which is a good thing. And a lot of guys who who make it, they don't reach back out.
Yeah.
And it's sad. So I've been doing it my whole career to young guys. Unfortunately, people get a good taste of success and they drop the ball from there. And that's...
Or they just forget where they come from.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I feel like your story is pretty similar to mine because when I first started off in radio, they were very mean to me when I was an intern. And so with these guys that are in here, I always make sure that they shadow me closely and they get to do the things that I didn't get to do because you always have to pave the way for someone who's young. So how do you feel about comedians who are afraid to give someone a shot in the industry?
I don't respect them. I don't respect them for the simple fact that in order to make anything, I mean, they say it in the Bible, they say it in the Quran, you have to fruit for your labor. And fruiting for your labor is planting other seeds. And as long as people grow, you grow. People don't forget that. But there's some that you just have to really cut the weeds because not everybody's a plant. Some of them are weeds. And when you cut the weeds, it actually makes the playground a lot more beautiful. And so when you understand that there's just some people you can't help, and that comes with family, friends, and all of that. So when you got somebody who's intrigued and really want to get the knowledge from you, and you give it freely, then it's a great feeling. Yeah, so I feel that those that don't give, sooner or later, things will happen. And we see one of the big comedians with things that happen, and mainly because he never gave the fruit, never planted a seed. It's always about him and his growth. But somewhere along the line, that growth stunts, and those people that looked up to you and expected a little more from you, you're reaching out for their help now. It won't happen.
What's the hardest thing about being a stand-up comedian?
Being serious.
Being serious?
Yeah.
So you're a goofball at all times?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's hard because nobody takes you serious.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? People expect you to be a goofball all the time. And no matter how much knowledge you have or how smart you are, people don't really want to see that side of you. You know, and I show both sides at my shows. You know, because I study. I study to become intelligent. I study to be able to articulate. And I'm funny. That's a God's given gift. I don't question that. But the point to be able to have people sit there and listen when you're trying to make a strong point, that's hard. Because people, man, I want to hear that. I paid to see comedy, but I give both sides of my story, and that's what makes me different from just another comedian.
So what do you think about, like, I would say kind of like the younger rappers that are glorifying, like, the street life, kind of like, who could I give like Kodak Black?
I don't know them.
You don't know?
Well,
who else
I'm going
does
to just
that?
be honest with you. I'm old school when it comes to rap. I take rap very serious. I'm a Rakim, LL Cool J type of guy where guys were in the lab. I mean, let's be realistic. The music sounds good, and after a while, you get so used to it till you start bobbing and you don't want to bob. But if you're looking for lyrics, you're not going to find them. I mean, I've listened. I come on stage now to Bad and Bougie. I love the beat. But I make fun of it because every older person is dancing. They don't understand it. And it's just like a change thing where when you were young back in the days, your parents used to say, go, man, show them what mommy taught you. And you ain't dancing, you just bouncing around. But you're having fun. Now it's parents. The kids are putting you on Snapchat. And, go ahead, mommy, do it. And you Bad and Bougie. You don't know the words. And so it makes me laugh, but I say that point all the time. So to me, it's not rap. I just listen to the beat. And if I flow with it, I'm not trying to learn what you're saying because 9 times out of 10, they don't know what they're saying. I mean, there's a lyric called roof, roof.
Yeah, I was about to say the whole part, but I can't. I'd have to bleep myself out. But I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, but I was going to ask you, like, how do you feel about rappers? Because you started off in the street life, and then you got out of it. How do you feel about, in your giving off a positive image to people who are in the street life and also for just people in general? But how do you feel about people glorifying that and, just young people making it cool? Because I do feel like there's a lot of young people who don't have the right role models, and also it's a lot of babies raising babies, and they don't have really good role models. So how do you feel about just that culture glorifying that?
I'm going to be very honest with you. why are you putting so much pressure on somebody who has no ability to be a role model? Just because they make records or they get in the studio doesn't make them a role model. Just because a person grabs a basketball doesn't make them a role model. Let's start with the fathers and the mothers who are out there leaving their kids and going to the club. Let's start with that, where if you really want a role model for something, and all it takes is conversation to keep implanting in your child what's right and what's wrong. And when you implant that in them, I don't think allowing or putting pressure on somebody who just goes in the studio and makes a song as a role model. Whatever they're glorifying, that's their opinion. Me being a comedian, I tell jokes, but I also get serious when it comes down to what we have to deal with every day. And let's really keep it 100. Do you ever hear them talk about racism? Do you ever hear them talk about, and we're talking about the government, they don't talk about it. So why should there be so much pressure on a rapper to be the person that you look up to because he made a song? So what they're glorifying is just something that basically they're talking about. This is what they know.
Yeah.
You know, being in the trap, and they're hot, ready to get out the trap. So half of the rappers now are not from places where culture starts. New York City is where dressing a certain way started. So they see this on TV. They don't know nothing about it. So what they're trying to do is create their own lane, and the lane might not be the way you and I see it, but I'm not going to put that type of pressure on them and saying they should be some type of role model, because I would never look up to them.
Okay, so then, like, celebrities that get in trouble in the media for things that they say, do you think that they shouldn't be, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Penalized?
Penalized
in trouble?
for, get in trouble for what they say. Like, for example...
When do freedom of speech kick in?
But that's true, though. But I'm wanting to kick it to the incident that just happened with the woman
holding Donald
Trump's head.
Right. That was bad, wasn't it? Was it bad when they was burning and hung Obama pictures?
That's what I'm saying,
right.
though.
From what I'm hearing, and I don't know if it's right, from what I'm hearing, the people who did that, they went to jail. They found out who the person was, and they went to jail. I don't know how true it is, but this is what I heard.
Because my dad's fraternity brother, he was telling me that he loves guns.
Right.
And he would go to the gun range, and he would always see Obama's face on targets.
Yeah.
Why is that okay, though?
Right, exactly. I mean, let's be realistic. They don't talk about it. And we some of us, not me, but some of us are scared to talk about it. And so, racism is high. It's here. And we know what it is. I mean, you've never seen as much racism since the 60s as you see now.
I don't agree. I think that the reason why we're seeing it so much is because we have the social media where we have different outlets that people can show.
I would agree to that.
That people can show. I don't feel like racism has ever gone anywhere. I feel like it's always been the same. But I feel like people aren't hiding it as much as they used to. Yeah, well,
that's what I mean. Yeah, and I see it because I wasn't out in the 60s when they were doing what they were doing. But, I mean, I've had it done right in my face. But I think they think twice before they said it to me. But
well, you are a big guy.
Yeah, and I will knock the hell out you. But
maybe not with the limp. Not with the limp that you're walking around with.
Well, still, I got one good foot and I'll work it. But the thing that I'm saying is, somebody said something to me that he didn't really feel was racist, and he walked up to me and he was like, "Man, you're really in shape, man. Are you a football player?" And I was like, "Nah." He said, "You're not a football player?" He said, "Golly, boy, I sure could use you around the house." I swear to God.
Wow. Wow.
And he didn't feel that there was nothing wrong. And it might not have been nothing wrong. He might have been saying...
But you saw how all four of us reacted in here.
Yes, everybody reacted. But what I'm saying is, it could have been something that he need help. He could have been offering me a job. But I took it the way I took it because that is a lingo that has been comfortable because nobody said anything about it. And I said, I got my own house that I work around. And you could tell he knew what I was talking about, but I don't really think that he meant it in a bad way. But it's just so much of it is gone. Just like when
people say, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl."
Yeah, of course. You look like Barbie. Barbie's white. They had to put a black doll in there because black people got upset about it. Yeah.
Huh.
So I mean, you hear it, and a lot of us don't deal with it. We was just talking about the LeBron James situation.
Yeah,
where they put the N-word on him. Why is he subjected to be different? It's just a reality check, and somebody was like, well, LeBron don't know what it's like to have racism because he got a $200 million. You don't know what that man feel.
Yeah.
I don't care what he had. You don't know what he'd been through before he became this superstar. So the feelings is there, and we all try to cover it up because as black people, we always try to rationalize things. And when people hate you for your color of your skin, it's a really bad problem with them. Yeah. And it's adapted, but you can't leave out. Look at how many black people are killing black people.
That's very
and they ain't
true.
got nothing to do with race. We're the same color.
Yeah.
We're shooting each other every day. So if we're going to talk about all the issues, talk about all of them. Yeah. Don't just blame hatred on racism. A lot of us hate ourselves.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I also think that miserable people like to try and make other people miserable.
Oh, of course.
And so that's also a reason.
It's the trend of a bully. A bully is big, so he's big and he's doofy. But
well, not all
most
bullies
of
are
them,
big
when
and
you're
doofy.
young, you in the 8th grade and you the size of a teacher, you get big and strong and you start bothering people because you don't know how to fit in. So you use your brute a different way.
Yeah.
And if you too soft, they call you something else. You're a teddy bear. You're this. Nobody likes those names. So, I mean, it's all deep rooted from child.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Man, deep conversation so early in the morning.
I
like
smart,
it.
I swear to God.
I like it. All right, well, Capone's going to be at the Improv this weekend.
And I'm going to be funny.
He's going to be very funny, but also know that he's very smart. He's got a brain on his shoulders. So don't let the muscles fool you or the limp. He'll still get you.
That's right.
You try it.
That's right.
What do you have, like any projects coming up this year that we can look out for?
I am on tour also.
Okay.
Not only by myself. I'm on tour with the New York Kings.
Okay, wow.
The New York Kings of Comedy, which is me, Rob Stapleton, Drew Frazier, Latino King Mark Vieira, and Talent. We were guys who was on tour before. It kind of didn't work out because we were all in it for the wrong situation. You know, who's the funniest, egos kicked in, who all the girls is going after, that type of stuff. And we made our way back with an understanding of what business is about. And this tour has been successful. We sell out every show.
Wow.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. The biggest show, which was the biggest accomplishment so far, was we sold out 2 shows at the Apollo.
Wow.
And the reason that it's a big accomplishment is because the biggest shows in New York City were taking place at the same time, which is the Madison Square Garden show, and we oversold them. So that was great.
That is a huge accomplishment.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
So you can catch him on tour, but you can catch him this weekend at the Kansas City Improv.
That's right.
ImprovKC.com to get your tickets, and then also your social media handles so they can tweet
Comedian Capone. You'll see all I'm doing. Please, if you're a child listening, don't follow me. I have adult content. And, because I don't feel 18 is grown enough for my mouth. So
it's like 25 and up?
21 and up.
21 and up?
Yeah,
okay,
because
they're good and sexy.
I talk about, I feel freedom of speech and I use it to my best ability.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well then don't let your kids follow him.
Nah, don't. Because they'll be saying stuff to you and you will be like, where did that come from? Capone.
I love it. So follow him, Comedian Capone, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes. That's it.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I got 4 pages. They all packed. I'm sick of Facebook.
Okay, I'm sick of Facebook too. So just follow him, Twitter, Instagram. Get his followers up.
And I'm working on his new Snapchat because, bad and bougie.
Hey, I would say that Snapchat is on its way out.
I think so, too.
Do it for the Insta Snap.
Yes,
Do it for the Insta Snap.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're smart, too.
I'm very smart. All right.
You're beautiful for... No,
well,
I'm just joking.
Thank you.
I was about to say what you said. You're beautiful for a black girl. Excuse me?
Hey.
I see that gets under your skin.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
That's good.
All right. Well, again, ImprovKC.com to get your tickets, and he's going to be there all weekend, so make sure you go see him.
Are you coming this weekend?
I'm coming this weekend.
And you sit in the back?
I usually do sit in the back.
I'm going to have a cordless mic, so it makes no sense for you to sit in the back.
Man.
And I'm going to limp all the way back there just to make sure that I see you.
You better have a rolly chair. We'll have Dakota push you out. He's the strong one there.
I got a lot of new jokes, so make sure you come.
Okay, I will come for sure. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
This is Magic 107.3.